Hey guys, welcome to the Trash Pusher Show. Recently I picked up the Ahab Ultimate Edition Predator. This Predator is the NECA release of the Dark Horse Comics character. If you've read either Fire or Stone or Life or Death, you will know this is the Predator that teams up with the humans in order to escape a dangerous planet that is an experiment and testing ground for the engineers. He's named Ahab because his white whale is actually an engineer who he decides to hunt down and kill. And yeah, he's a pretty badass predator. I'm going to show you the figure, but first off I'm going to show you the box. This is the box here. It's the cover from the graphic novel of that line. There's also just some pictures of the figure. There's also some artwork from the interior of the Life and Death comic on the side there. And yeah, it's a really nice box. Collector friendly box, of course. And yeah, I really am liking these, because if you want to display them, you can display them, but if you want to keep them in the box, you can put them back in again if you're done displaying them. So, to the pièce de résistance. Here we have the Ahab Predator. He's pretty cool in the comic. His face was scarred by an encounter with another alien race, so he's no eye on that side. But yeah, really nice detailing on the figure. The cloth cape is a nice addition. It does make it difficult to put the shoulder cannon in. I did have to do a bit of messing around to get the shoulder cannon in. Really nice detail. The trophies, he's got some kind of creature there on his neck, and just the pelt. You get a real kind of primeval kind of predator feel off him. And again, the detail on the face is pretty awesome. As you can see, he's been through the wars, and he's missing an eye and missing a mandible, and he's pretty cool. Nice detail, especially on the feet as well. So okay, so what did he come with? So Ahab came with this mask. I'm a bit trepidatious about the mask, because I don't know if you can see there, but the laser sights, the paint is a bit sloppy, and what you pay for the figure, I think they should have done it a bit better. I don't know if that can be seen, but yeah, it's just the red dots aren't actually on the place where the laser sight is. Bar that, some nice design, some nice scratching and damage to the mask. The mask itself is a bit of a bastard to get on. When it gets on, it stays on, but you really have to fucking mess with it to stick on. But it is a nice addition to the figure that you can take on and off the mask. He also comes with a number of weapons. This really nice, cool combi stick. I like the kind of barbed tip at the top there, and it fits into his hand very nice and snug. He also comes with this, a golden kind of throwing disc. Usually with those figures, you can connect the disc to some part of the figure. With this, you can't. I just kind of place it into his hand there, just to have him to hold it like that. That's the best you can kind of do with him holding the disc. He comes with interchangeable hands. I've actually done something with one of the spares. He comes with this. It's the spinal column of the engineer from Prometheus. And just to give you a kind of size comparison, that's the human spinal column, and that's the engineer's spinal column, because you can see that they're much bigger than human beings, obviously, if you've seen the movie Prometheus. And lastly, he also comes with this. It's the engineer rifle, and it's, even with the gripping hands, it's very hard to fit in. There's also a little connector on the back. I don't know if you guys can see it there, that the rifle is supposed to be mounted in, and it's kind of finicky to get in. Sometimes you get it in, and sometimes you can't. Let's see if I can get it in for you guys there and show you how it sticks in. Yeah, see, it's a bastard to fit in. So it's a pain. You can kind of prop it into his hands, but it's a bit of a letdown that they didn't have a better way of Ahab holding it. It's cool addition. It's just it doesn't seem very kind of figure friendly. It doesn't seem to connect either to the back of the figure or even into his hands. But it's cool to have it. My kind of criticism of the figure is some of the joints are a bit loosey goosey. That's why I have the stand here, and even the arm, just some of the joints are stiff as fuck to try and turn it. Oh, another item he came with was 2 sets of wrist blades. One, the dual wrist blades, and the other, he comes with 3 wrist blades. So yeah, that's cool. But again, the figure is very stiff, and the shoulder cannon I found very hard to stick on, and even adjusting the barrel, I broke off the barrel. I was able to reattach it very easy, but I get the feeling that NECA are making the collector edition figures not quite up to par. I think they think that they'll be kept in their box and people won't kind of fiddle with them too much, so they're not too worried about the joints or anything like that, which is wrong. The figure should be able to be posed dynamically. I mean, you are paying a lot for, especially the collector's edition of these Predator figures. But yeah, I'll just see how it scales up. Give me 1 second. So I'm going to scale him up with the other recent edition, the Fugitive Predator, and show you how they scale up there. So yeah, they're fairly same kind of size there, and yeah, nice scaling there. How does he scale up against a human figure? Good scaling there. You have him in Dutch. Good size difference between human and Predator. And lastly, him between the Xenomorph. So yeah, nice scaling there. That's the Nintendo Runner alien. So yeah, the scaling is good. Scaling matches up, and you can mix and match and pose them. Again, I just think that some parts of the figure for what you pay are a bit finicky, especially the leg joints. The leg joints are a bit finicky for my liking, and there is just some parts of the figure that isn't exactly posably friendly. You can't really do too many dynamic poses without risk of damaging him. I've actually noticed that there now the wires have actually broken off, which is annoying. I can glue them, I suppose, but it's a bit annoying. It's a nice figure, but I think you would be better off getting it on the second-hand market, or if you could pick it up cheap. I wouldn't rush out and buy this. I wouldn't rush out and buy this at full whack. I think it's kind of annoying that there is so many issues with like the wires and such breaking off easily, and just some of the joints being so kind of loose. Like the legs are super loose, but the arms are super stiff, and the cannon is just too fragile for my liking. Then again, NECA has had issues with their figures in the past. Nice figure. I just don't think if you're a casual collector, maybe give this one a miss. One thing I did have an advantage to was that I was able to give his spare hand to my Fugitive Predator. So now my Fugitive Predator can hold weapons, be it Predator weapons, or like in the base he can hold a machine gun. So that was pretty handy. Out of 10, I'm going to give this figure a 7 out of 10. Nice looking figure, nice accessories. Posability wise, not the best, and some of the quality control could have done with a bit of a touch up. So my name's Martin, this has been the Trash Picture Show. If you have any queries or questions about this figure, leave them in the comments below, and yeah, have a good one, take care, bye now.